Welcome back. My name is Charfaoui Younes, and in this tutorial we will learn about dependency injection, or DI for short. I'm sure you have heard about dependency injection in Android using Hilt or Dagger or Coin. There is basically many frameworks to do that, but in this first video of this long series, I don't know, it will be 6 or 7 videos about getting started with Hilt. First video we'll talk about what is dependency injection, why we need dependency injection. So basically, if you search for dependency injection like that, and just depending with an Android, the first tutorial is about the Android documentation. You will see here a lot of example why we need that and advantages for using it. Basically, let's go to the example here. Let's use Java or Kotlin. Let's say you have a class car, all right, and this class has an engine, and the car collaborate with engine. That's the purpose of object-oriented programming, to enable more objects to work together to achieve something, to achieve some process. All right, so when the car starts, it automatically starts the engine, and that's okay. The problem with this class, it is creating the engine itself, and that's the issue. Why that can be an issue? The car and the engine, as they say, is tightly coupled. We can't exchange this engine. Let's say in the future we want to exchange engine with something like electrical car engine, or I don't know, something that substitute the engine. We can do that simply. We have basically to modify all the class. And there is a concept called open closed principle in the solid principles. It says class should be open for extension and closed for modification. We don't want that. All right, so we don't want the engine to be created in the class itself. So this is the problem. Dependency injection will solve that. Basically, it will inject dependencies in the class. So the car will depend on the engine. So with dependency injection, we will inject the engine object into the class, but at runtime. Let's have another example. Let's say I'm having the same example here. A house will need an alert system to work. So in order to work, it will alert using the alert system. The problem here is we are using the alert system and creating the alert system directly. So when creating the object here, it automatically creates the other object. And this is the issue. We want to inject the alert system into the house class. Basically, there are two ways to inject the alert system. First, you can inject it using the constructor. That's the first thing. You can see it here. Using the constructor. They are using the constructor to inject the dependency. All right. That's the first way. It's called constructor injection. The second way is called member injection. Member injection or field injection. Let's call it field injection or setter injection. Basically, you will make the engine or your class here variable, and then when creating the car, you will create the engine and pass it. That way, you enable for yourself and for your design great flexibility in the development process and in the software process. So let's have another example here. Sometimes we use view models. Let's say I'm having a view model here. It's called house view model. It will basically get me some houses. The problem with this class, it is using a repository, but it is creating that repository itself. When we want to get houses, it will use that repository in order to get the house and notify the live data using the new houses. All right. The only problem with this class is this. We want to be able to inject the house repository at runtime and not at compile time like that. So we want to do it in the constructor. Okay, so basically you will move all that here and delete that. Let's make it private, and you're done. This is how you can inject variables using constructor method. Otherwise, you can use it with field injection. Managing this dependency can be tedious. Imagine you have a large system. With a large system, you have many repositories, many data sources, many view models, and so you need to get to know what is automated dependency injection. Automated dependency injection will let you inject and manage, especially it will manage the lifetime of these dependencies. So let's say you have this house view model will basically be alive only during the activity of the house activity. This is called life cycle. Some dependencies will be able to live the whole application. All right. So this is what we mean by dependency injection. We want to inject dependencies into the dependent object and not by creating them like that. Here in the house activity, we are creating the house object inside the house activity. This is also a problem. We want to inject the house inside the house activity. We don't want to let the activity create the house itself. You can't do constructor injection here. Why? Because you cannot create the house activity yourself. The activity classes are created by the system, so you need to inject it by other means. We will basically use here field injection. So the lesson to get from here is we need dependency injection for great flexible design. Another advantages for dependency injection, it lets you have several things. First, the reusability of the code. Let's say here in the house class, we want to exchange the alert system with, I don't know, with the block system or something like it will make noise or it will block the windows, something else. Basically, you will reuse the house class with another implementation of the alert system. Okay, so this is the first thing. The second thing is the ease of refactoring. That way you can refactor your code very easily. And another advantage of dependency injection, it lets you test your code easily. So if you want to test the house class independently using unit test, of course, we can swap alert system with a fake system. So we can test if the alert method of the house is working correctly by invoking the alert system, the fake alert system method. This is it. The benefit of dependency injection, it will help you reuse the code, do great refactoring, and do great testing. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. We didn't do anything special here. We just learned about dependency injection and why we need it. You can check this documentation to learn more why we need dependency injection. They're using the example, the well-known example of a car. So they will show why we need it and everything. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we will talk about hilt and how we can set it. All right. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.